Hello, hello everyone. Teresa with Critters Crochet, and once again, it is Wednesday. This is the third Wednesday of the month, so I get to come on and reveal the project that I made for Battle of the Stitches. And here it is. I made a little clutch bag. It doesn't open very wide, but it does have room on the inside. You could put your tissues down in here, maybe a wallet, your keys, just anything small. And it's just almost like a small little clutch size that you can just carry around. So I love the way that the double crunch stitch fits with this little bag. And I just have had a great time making it. I thought the handles were perfect for just a small little bag to carry just your wallet and a couple of extra things, maybe some chapstick, something like that. So this is my project for Battle of the Stitches week 3 for the month of June, and come with me to the table and I will show you how I put this bag together.
All right, everyone, we're here at the table and we are working on the chain for the purse. And I've already started my chain. I made a chain of 35. And so you want an odd number in your chain. So I've done a chain of 35. And then our first step, and you can always go back, let me zoom in just a little bit here. You can always go back to my first video for this where I show you how to do the, I'm just went blank, the double crunch stitch. So to start with our first row, we are going to skip the first 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go into this fourth chain from the hook, and we're going to place a double crochet. Well, if I can get my hook to work with me. Okay, we're going to do a double crochet. All right, and this row, this first row, is just a double crochet in all the remaining chains across. Okay, so we're going to do double crochets all the way across, and when you get to the end, you want to also count this turning chain because it counts as a double crochet. So you should have 33 crochets total. 33 double crochets total when you get to the end of this first row. And this is the size that I'm doing for my purse. You can make yours any size you want. I forgot to show you these. These are the handles that I'm using to create the purse, and I want it to be long enough so that I can bring one end through here and come down this little width and attach it and do the same with the other end, and I'll show you more about that. So when we get ready to do that part, I'll let you know exactly how long, I'll let you know exactly how long and how many rows I made. So what I want you to do is just continue going down this row of chains, making all double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay guys, I have finished row 1 and I have worked all the double crochets all the way across. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn our work. Okay, we're not going to do a chain to start this second row because what we're going to do in this first stitch right here, we are going to place a slip stitch. So we're going to go in, yarn over, pull through, pull through, and then pull through our loop, and that's a slip stitch. So that's our first stitch. Then in the second stitch, we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch and make a double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2. Work with me. Yarn over, pull through 2. Okay? Then we're going to do in the next stitch is a slip stitch. And we're just going to repeat this all the way down. Slip stitch. And then a double in the next one. Here we go. Slip stitch in the next stitch. And then the next stitch is a double. And we're going to repeat this all the way down to the end of the row. And I want to show something to you at the end of this row that I want you to be cautious about. So work until you get to your turn chain, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do right down here in this turn chain. So work this going slip stitch double, slip stitch double, slip stitch double, repeating that all the way to the end of the row, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. All right, guys, I've made it to the end. I have a slip stitch here. So in this last double next to our turn chain, we're going to put our last double crochet, and then we are going to end. Let me put that, get that in there right. Whoop. We are going to end with a slip stitch, and that slip stitch belongs right on the top of this turning chain. Now remember, our chain threes and our slip stitches at the beginning of every row count as a stitch, so we have to finish in the top of that. So we're going to do our final slip stitch in the top of this turning chain, excuse me, and then we're going to chain 3 for row 3. Remember row 2, we just started with a slip stitch, we didn't do a chain first. Row 3, we're going to turn our work, and this chain 3 counts as a stitch, so we're going to the next stitch to do our double. Now if you're having trouble seeing where to put your stitch, remember, turn your work and look at your V's. We already have a stitch for this one. That chain counts as our first stitch, so we're not going to put a stitch here. We're going to skip to the next one, and round 3 is just a row of double crochets into every stitch. So we'll do a double crochet here. Okay, the next double is right here. See the V? So our next double crochet goes right here. That's the slip stitch that we did from the previous row. And we'll put a double on top of it. And you can kind of see these because the double crochet is a little bit wider and of a V, and the slip stitch is a little smaller. So we're going to put a double here, a double here, a double here, a double here. And if you're still having trouble, remember, look for those V's and just look and go to your next V and go under that V and put your double crochets. So I want you to double crochet all down the length of this row, and I'll come back and show you row 4. All right, so we're back and I have finished row 3. So we're going to turn our work, and you're ready to start row 4. Now 4 and on, well, if I can find my yarn, row 4 and on is where you're repeating rows 2 and 3. Row 2, let me go back this way so you can see it a little bit better. Row 2 is where you're starting with your single and going single, double, single, double, single, double, single, double, or slip stitch, not single. I am so sorry. You're starting with a slip stitch, and you're repeating a slip stitch, a slip stitch, double crochet, slip stitch, double crochet. And then row 3 is just one double crochet in every stitch. And remember, when you start row 2 is your slip stitch and your double that you're going to repeat. So when you start row 2, you turn your work, you don't chain, and you go right into that first stitch and make your slip stitch. Well, if it'll quit splitting, and then your next stitch is a double. Okay? And then you're just going to repeat slip stitch double all the way down. When you get to the end, remember not to forget that your top of your chain is where your last slip stitch goes. then you chain 3, turn your work, and do a row of double crochets. So you're going to repeat 2 and 3, rows 2 and 3, until you get your project to the length you want. Now I'll be back in just a minute, and I'm going to show you what I've done with my bag, and I will show you how many rows I've completed for the size project that I'm making. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, here is my finished rectangle that I have done for the purse. If you count the rows, here's 2, 4, 6. You can count just your double and your slip stitches to see 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 43. So for the length that I want my purse, it is 43 inches. So now what I'm going to do, this is the front, this is the back. You can tell the difference because you cannot see, let me move this up. You cannot see your beautiful double and slip stitches on the back. See how it totally looks different? So what you're going to do is you're going to take, for my purse, I'm going to take this end and I'm going to push these through the slots and bring them around to the back and tie them, and show you how I'm going to attach them. And so I'm going to get the ends weaved through here, and then I'll show you how I'm going to attach them on the other side. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, sorry. Before I put the handles on, I meant to show you this. You can make your purse as wide as you want to, as long as your starting chain is an odd number, okay? So you can make yours wider than mine. Now that I have my rectangle to the size that I want it, whoop, I didn't mean to do that. If you're not using wooden handles and you want to make your purse just a regular purse and you want to crochet the handles, then all you're going to do is you're going to fold this with the right side, with the right sides of your purse on the outside, the wrong side in here, and you're just going to put your pieces and fold it like this. And then you can do 2 things. You can just stitch the side up like this, or you can make a skinny rectangle and sew it in here to make this wider. That is totally up to you. And then once you get those sides done the way you want it, then all you're going to do is reattach your yarn, and you're going to crochet your handles, whatever handles you like. So that's the way you can adapt it. I'll be back in a minute to show you how I'm putting my wooden handles on. Okay guys, so I have folded my purse in half. Let me zoom back out. I've folded it in half. I've gotten the handles together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work now. I've already attached my yarn, but I'm just going to work down this side, and I'm just going to do single crochets down each side to close this up. Let me bring this in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm just pinching those together, and where those double crochet chains were made, I'm putting 2 single crochets through there. Okay? Like that. And then 1 single crochet where the slip stitch was made. And I'm just kind of estimating exactly where just wherever the hook can go in the easiest, and then in the next stitch. And I'm just going to do this all the way down the length of the sides of my purse. I like doing the get that out, tail out of there. I like doing the single crochet to close off seams sometimes, not always, but it just gives a little bit of a textured edge to the bag, and I kind of like that. So I'm going to do single crochets down the length of both sides of my bag, and when I get that completed, I will come back on here and I will show you what the sides look like with the single crochet edges added onto it. So I'll be back in just a minute.
guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial for this cute little bag that I made. Although I didn't put a liner on the inside, I think it will work okay because I'm not going to put anything in here like a pen or a pencil. It's just going to hold my wallet. It's going to hold my maybe a little pack of tissues, maybe a chapstick. And that's about it. So just something small I can carry when I don't want to take a big bag. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Now make sure after you've watched my video and you've watched Heather from Strings and Threads, Sid from Sweet Pea Sid's Inspirations, and Thomas from Totally Fierce. Sorry, Thomas. Thomas from Totally Fierce. I'm going to have all their channels linked in the description box. Make sure you go and watch each one of their reveals to see what they've made with the double crunch stitch. And then make sure to go over to Heather at Strings and Threads to her channel for her post where the voting poll will be, and you can vote for whose project you like the most. Happy voting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.